Give everybody a couple seconds. Here we go. We got some people coming on. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Hi, back Chris from South Carolina. Nice. Tim, that's exactly what Chris is going to be doing on course too. We're going to be throwing him down with some cones. So got crew coming in tomorrow. Chris is one of those, so that's good. Alright, we're gonna wait about 30 more seconds, let everybody hop on here. Looks like we've got 24 or 25 people on. Alright, so as you guys can see, well, first of all, I'm sorry, my name is Jason Chance. I'm the owner and race director of the RunSBY Events. Have been for the last 5 years. Super proud that we've actually made 5 years of in-person running. We actually had the 6th year. We had the year of COVID. We were canceled about 3 weeks before our race that year. And we actually we mailed out everybody all of their medals and everything that year and deferred them all to the next year. So, you know, we tried to make right by that. It's also what we're doing with this weekend. You know, we're trying to make right. We're trying to be good and watch the weather and that kind of stuff. So first and foremost, yes, there is rain in the forecast. There's a group right now who are, you know, wondering whether or not we're taking into everybody's safety and everything into consideration. We absolutely are. Every single day we're talking to National Weather Service in Wakefield. Right now Wakefield's saying that if there are thunderstorms that day, it's going to be after 3 o'clock. I literally just checked before we hop back on to see the most up to date, and I'm gonna watch it all day tomorrow, and then we're gonna actually talk to them on Friday and see how things are going. What we can almost guarantee is that we're gonna get wet at some point in time. You know, hopefully the winds have died down a little bit. You know, but it's showing a high that day of 72 degrees. Probably on the start of the race, it's going to be a high 50s, low 60s or so. So we're all gonna get wet out there together. If this is your first year with Salisbury, welcome. We are a relatively flat course. I think when people look at the elevation profile that we have, they kind of get a little weirded out because it's got a little bit of a zigzag to it, and then they look at the side, they look at how many feet is on that scale, and they realize that it's a 0 to 20 feet scale, so that calms them down a little bit more. You know, so we are relatively flat. We have the unique ability, and it's something that we're going to be pushing for those who are in the marathon and they're concerned about weather and things like that. We have the unique ability that our course is actually a double certified course, which means our marathon and half marathon follow the exact same path up till 10.8 miles, and then the marathon goes to the left and they go out and get their additional miles, and the half marathon veers to the right, and they complete the exact same course on the way back. So what that means is that we allow for our marathon runners to turn right at the 10.8 mile mark, which is where a huge party is. It's where our friends at Eastern Shore Runners Club are at, and we're able to switch you over to a half marathon if you decide to opt out of the marathon and turn right. Because both courses are certified, we don't disqualify you or anything like that. You still get a certified half marathon time, which is rather unique. But that is just for the marathoners wanting to diverge over and do the half marathon, which some people in the past have done, and they're very happy that we don't just flat out disqualify them or anything like that. So tomorrow is the start of our packet pickups, and most people will find, if you're looking for any kind of answers or anything like that, we posted the 2023 athlete guide on our website, which is runsby.com. It has everything, including the start, which we've been asked about quite a bit. The start is over. It's actually at South Park in Sheffield Drive, but we have everybody go to the bandstand over at 521 South Park Drive. That is for the marathon and the half marathon. The 5K is over on the downtown plaza. That's Main Street and St. Peter Street. And the marathon and half marathon start at 7 a.m. And the 5K starts at 7:30. So a lot of people are signing up here last minute, which we're really happy about. It means that they're not too scared about the rain and everything, but they're also asking us about packet pickup. And packet pickup might be something that if you weren't able to get the bib mailing this year, which if you notice with the bib mailing, you actually got your shirt as well, then we put the information about the packet pickup in the athlete guide. It's also right on the front page of runsby.com. Packet pickup starts tomorrow. It says locals, but it doesn't say locals only. So if you're in the area and you want to beat the rush, come in to the Wycomico Youth and Civic Center from 5 to 8 p.m. tomorrow night. 5 to 8 p.m. tomorrow night at the Wycomico Youth and Civic Center. You'll be able to grab all of your gear, and you'll be able to get all of your stuff, including your very important beer bracelet. We got Tyvek beer bracelets this year because last year the ones were very uncomfortable. So if you are 21 and you're picking up your packet, we're going to put that bracelet on you either Thursday or Friday, and that means that you can just go right over at the finish line and grab yourself a beer. If you miss that day, there is also one from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Friday. That's 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Friday. And again, you'll get all of your swag. You'll get everything that's going to be there. And yes, you can actually have other people pick up your bib. What we ask, take a picture of your license and send it over to them. Somebody sent me something today and said, I'm not going to be able to make either one. And can I do it at an earlier time? We don't even get access to the Civic Center until later on, or until tomorrow around 4 o'clock. So no, there's nothing we can do from an earlier. And of course, there's no race morning packet pickup, especially with 2 different start lines. It's too much. We tried it the first year; it was horrible. We actually started late because of it. So we'll never do that again. So packet pickup is Thursday and Friday. Again, you can have somebody pick up your stuff for you if you like on Thursday or Friday. When you're there, you're going to get swag. We're going to have a step and repeat. We're really excited about the step and repeat. If you were able to sign up, I think it's all the way up to about a week and a half ago, your name is going to be on the step and repeat. So you're going to get to actually point out your name on the step and repeat and kind of show off a little bit. That will be at packet pickup, and it will be at the finish line also. Depending on the wind and all that stuff. But if it's safe, we're going to put it up there. So again, that's packet pickup. So that is Thursday and Friday. Let's move ahead to Saturday morning. Saturday morning, everyone should go over and they should park at the Salisbury City Garage. That's 110 Circle Avenue. 110 Circle Avenue. or over in lot 1. Either way, you're about 2 blocks from the finish line at that point in time. We posted up some really good maps. They got sent out via email. We will have them posted at Packet Pickup also. It's about a half-mile walk from the garage. We have signs that are going to point you the right way. Half-mile walk for the marathon and half marathoners. It's about a 2-block walk for the 5K. The 5K starts and finishes at the marathon, half marathon finish line. So that's really nice. When you finish, you will have clothes and everything waiting for you in your car about 2 blocks away if you want to go and get changed. My suggestion, this is just my suggestion is that you bring some clothes to stay warm over at the start line. You place them into your morning clothes bag, which is a big plastic bag that we're going to give you. We bring it over to the finish line. Those should probably not be the clothes that you put back on, because if it's raining and they're in plastic bags that have holes in the tops, they might get wet when you're done. So bring two sets of clothes. Bring one that you can wear over the start line, and that we will get back to you, and then put one in your car, because your car is going to be 75 yards maybe from where you go to pick up your morning clothes bags. So two pairs of clothes. Me personally, I like dry socks. That's kind of my thing, is dry socks. So that's my suggestion to you. We got 2 questions I want to address real quick. John Orlick: hey Jason, when we stage in the park, if it's a mud bath this year? No, John, because we close off all of South Park Drive. We would stage you up on the roadway, kind of, because we've got a little bit of way before we get actually to the start line. So no, we would have you out. The only issue is going to be the portos, because the portos are going to get dropped on Friday. So we will take care of. We'll try to take care of getting them to move them as close as we can to the road, but we can't put them up in the road because they won't pick them up till Monday, and nobody wants a bunch of porta-johns across their way. Brooke Pollock: what is a step and repeat? A step and repeat is about an 8-foot banner, big, tall. It's around a big metal structure, and it is designed for you to be able to take selfies or pictures or anything like that. That way you can kind of point off and show to people, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm running. Murray's van life, 10-foot high van. Yeah, lot 1 is a regular open parking lot. It is literally right next to it. So you won't have any kind of issue at all. Let's see. Somebody looking for the split as of right this second. Literally right this second. 331 people in the marathon. 400 in the half marathon, 200 in the 5K. So a lot of those half marathoners are marathoners who are saying like, I'm not really sure. I want to drop. There is, on the main website, there is a thing. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It should be able, participant tracking. So if you were actually to go to that, Chris, the participant tracking on the main website, and you see total event participants, when you click on it, you click on the little gray bar, it will actually drop down and show you exactly how many people are running each one. All right, so Chris, I'm getting there, but I want to go through that start, okay? So everybody's going to walk over. Half marathoners, you're going to walk over to the start line. We're going to play the national anthem. Everything is going to be great. We're going to have Bart Yasso over there. He is our announcer again. He's going to be sending everybody off. Really nice high energy music, and the great thing is we have a mutual start line for that also. So there are pace groups from our friends over there at Beast Pacing, and they are going to have their signs up high. That's going to be great. But the marathoners and the half marathoners are going to start at the same time. We don't do waves or corrals or anything like that. We don't need to with 600, 700 people. If you're interested in those pace times, be sure to look at the athlete guide. Scroll down about, I just scrolled, 2/3 of the way, and it actually talks about the specific paces. So the fastest for the marathon is a 3:35. The fastest for a half is 1:40. If you need something other than that, adjust your pace accordingly. If you're trying to run a 3:30 and the 3:35 pace guy catches you, you got to run a little faster because you're running 3:35. And the beast pacing guys are absolute. So Rita, you're absolutely right. They are amazing. They're within 1 to 2 seconds, most of the time when I see them finish. 7 o'clock, we start with our PC athletes. We are blessed to have a local group called Team 360, and they are able-bodied athletes who push disabled athletes, and it's really great. We get to see them on the half marathon course, the marathon course, the 5K, and if you're lucky enough, you'll see a lot of the athletes that are in the chairs. They will actually get out and they will walk under their own power over the finish line. It is absolutely amazing. They are always looking for able-bodied athletes who want to help, so be sure to check out Team 360. We also have a few other PC athletes. PC just simply means physically challenged. So we are very excited to have them. They will go off about 7 o'clock, and then about 5 minutes later, we will send everybody else off. So that'll be about 7:05. So you're all following the exact same course for 10.8 miles. I went out the other day. I put out some markings on the ground. So if you see some gigantic green arrows on the ground, that is the initial layout so that our team knows exactly where they're going and everybody knows where they're going. As you go out there, at every single turn, we'll have great big cones, 28-inch cones with arrows up on the top of it. A lot of times we have flaggers out there. Surprise, with all of the rain and everything, a lot of people are saying, "Hey, I don't want to come out." We understand that, appreciate that. If anybody does want to be a volunteer, be sure to send them to the RunSBY site because there's a volunteer tab, and we will take them at any point in time. So, Chris, the very first aid station is the only one that is going to be different than anything else. The very first aid station is typically water only. It's about mile 1.5. And at that point in time, most people aren't going to need some Gatorade or gels or anything like that. Once you keep going, there are 12 individual aid stations out on the course, but some of them you hit 2 and 3 times. So I think it winds up being about 15 or 16 for the marathon. Sorry, I just saw Sydney's question, which is coming up with this. So when you get to the first one, you're going to have Gatorade to drink. You're going to have water to drink. We're also going to have an assortment of goo gels. So we typically cycle them. So one will have lemon lime, and the next one will have, I believe it's tri-berry. So one of those is caffeinated, one of those is not. We also try to have a little something like granola bars or something like that that's going to be out there. But if you need anything beyond that, or really anything specialized, you should definitely bring that on your own. Some people have asked, can I wear a hydration pack? Certainly, you can wear a hydration pack. There's no rules against that at all. Some people like their own fluids, scratch or Noon or anything like that. We're going with lemon lime Gatorade and gels out on the course. See, Alex? See, I just said that. You can use a hydration vest 100%. And the water that we have at the aid stations, we will have gallon bottles of water. So if you tap out, then just ask the guys. Mike Leahy. Yeah, I was going to say shots. Let me answer Sydney's first. Sydney, yes, there are bathrooms at every single aid station. Every aid station will have bathrooms. Okay, and there are, I believe, I put 25 bathrooms down at the start line. So that's good. Everybody, there is someone in here, Mike Leahy. He just wrote pickle shots a second ago. Mike is our jokester, but also puts on the absolute best aid station. If you're on the 5K, it's the only one that you'll see. Everybody else, it is a giant party. As long as the wind is going, you will see inflatables. You will see everything there. This is not an April Fool's thing. Like it will look like the finish line. It is not the finish line. For the love of God, keep running. It's 1 mile away. And the first year we had some people who sprinted to it. So you will not be able to see the finish line until you make the final turn. So if you see some big party going on up ahead, enjoy yourself. But you definitely can't. That's not the finish line. So, and yes, John, it is amazing. If you're able to get there early enough, there's typically bacon and food and all that kind of stuff. So that's really good. Sarita, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that we do offer a lot. Salisbury we're a small town, but we are super receptive to everybody, and we're athletes ourselves, so we know exactly what we need. There you go, Mike. Bart Yasso is not there. DJ Jenny J and somebody else is there too. So, and Mike is there. So once the half marathon and marathon are done, and you guys are back at the finish line, you will find that all the 5K people are there because the 5K started at 7:30. They ran 1.55 miles down. They went through Leahy's party zone. They turned around and they came back the exact same route. A lot of people ask, how long do I have to finish the 5K? The answer is about 6.5 hours because you're on the marathon and half marathon course. What we do ask is that everybody's able to maintain a 16-minute mile on the marathon and half marathon. So it basically breaks down to a 7-hour marathon or a 3.5-hour half marathon. Once you get to that 10.8 half marathoners, you break right. And you can take like 4 more hours. So yeah, you got plenty of time once you make it past 10.8. But if you're lagging way behind, law enforcement is going to pull you off, of course, because we close one road pretty much most of the day. So 5K, you're going to finish up. I believe your award ceremony is at 8:30. So about an hour after you guys start, we'll start to see the half marathoners trickling in at that point. And hopefully everybody finishes up. There is a small little hill, at the very end. It's our own Heartbreak Hill. And you go up, and as soon as you cross through the line, you keep on going, and you're going to be welcomed by the kids from AMP Studios, which is basically our own Salisbury School of Rock. These kids are absolutely amazing. You will not know that you're not listening to a live adult band. To the left of that is going to be our beer trailer. We are serving cans of beer this year so that we're actually able to recycle also. Trying to be a little bit greener this year. So let me jump on here real quick. I apologize. There will also be food and snacks and things like that at the finish line. We tried to work with a couple local restaurants. It just didn't work out with the timing. I believe we're going to have hot pizza at the finish line and then snacks and again beer and stuff like that. And you're 2 blocks away from the finish. So Chris Straub, will you have merch for sale packet pickup? We will. If you missed some of the merch that was available in the store, we bought a couple. We bought a fair share of extra stuff so that we would be able to sell there. So I think rain jackets, sweatshirts, things like that. We're gonna have some pint glasses for sale, things like that. We're gonna have some fun. Alan Resnick, the spectators discouraged. So Alan, I want spectators to be out there on course. I think that is good. That is fine. One of the great places to go and watch for the half and the full is Guerrero University Center. The reason that we had to put that a little bit in there was, one, some of that is still from COVID, so we weren't supposed to have spectators. But then we had some people who started parking in people's front yards and that kind of stuff because they thought that they found these really great spots to cheer people on. And obviously, the owners of that property got pretty mad. So, if it's a business, if it's the college, if it's anything like that, you're more than welcome to park. Any place you could legally park and cheer, please go ahead and do that. Chris Strub, are there 5K? Are there timing updates? There are. So we have an app, the Rev3 app. Rev3 is our brand. It's our branded company, and so we have under that app we use our MyLapse timing. So I believe we have you if you're running the marathon, 5K, 10-mile, half marathon split, 15-mile, 20-mile, and then finish line, obviously. Actually, I think it's like a mile out from the finish line. So the algorithm actually takes your current pace time and it figures it out, and it's actually really good at guessing. So if you have friends or family that are tracking you, somebody wants to go and take the kids someplace or just go explore or stay in the nice, dry, warm hotel room, yes, they can wait and they can start to track you. All of the bib numbers will be loaded on Friday night after the last person checks in. So, let's see. Cups at aid station. Lauren, yes. Laura, there are cups at the aid stations. We are not a cupless race. I don't know that has been really nailed down yet. We do encourage people, if you want to wear hydration, but yes, cups at aid station. The year right after COVID, we actually had to do bottles, and the waste from that is just it's just insane. So yes, cups are at our aid stations. Gatorade will be in Gatorade cups. Water will be in white cups. If you have family that's waiting for you at the finish line, our friends over at the downtown SBY, they are doing something really cool where your family can go into the visitor center and they can make posters like "Way to go, Mom," "Way to go, Dad," or you ran a long way for a banana, and all that kind of stuff. They can have some fun with it. That's completely free. There's no cost to that at all. It's our friends over at downtown SBY are really helping. John Orlick, turn around and go get your bib. So John was just asking, in case he forgets our bib back in PA. Yes, we will have extra bibs. We had that last year. I will tell you this: don't try to get too slick and say like, "Oh, I forgot my bib on race morning," because this little phone here kind of links me to everything, and you're not assigned a bib number until you actually check in at packet pickup. So if I see that you don't have a number next to your name, it means that you weren't at packet pickup, and I'm not giving you a bib right there. So we play with the rules for one, and we have to change the rules for everybody. So we are super excited, guys, and we really are. We're watching the weather. My background is safety. I was a police officer for 22 years. We're not going to put you in a situation that's not safe. So all the way up until race morning, 5 minutes before the start, we're going to be talking with our local emergency management people. We're going to be working through, what the plan is. Are there storms currently? Are there storms, kind of off in the distance? Which way are they tracking? All that kind of stuff. The number one way for you to keep updated and your family and friends to keep updated is that app, that Rev3 app. So that is REV and the number 3. All together, no spaces, REV3. Because we can send out push notifications. Our plan is to have the race. I've told people there's a 1% chance that this thing will get canceled. There is we can't push to Sunday and that kind of stuff. It just doesn't work. We are going to, if there's lightning at the very start, we're going to delay. We're going to delay a couple minutes, 20, 30 minutes. I mean, hopefully it just doesn't keep going boom, boom, boom. but we're basically, we have a rule about how close it can be. We might hear some grumbling and thunder and stuff like that, but we're going to keep our eye on it. Your safety is absolutely paramount for us. All right, so Murray, I'm guessing that you're either super young or you're super old. Just kidding. So we go 3 deep every 5 years from 19 and under all the way to 80 and over, and that's for the 5K, the half marathon, and the marathon. So as long as 80 plus is our goal, and we go we go 3 deep, and we also have top threes and all that kind of stuff. So we're hoping that we're able to set up a photo booth and all that kind of stuff for you at the end, so you can take some fun pictures, send that out to all of your friends. But we're in the middle of getting everything ready. So if there are any other questions, I would tell people take a look at the athlete guide, because a lot of the questions I've been answering this week have been in there, but it's okay. I've been able to answer them. Normally, when you get an email back and it says Jason Chance at the bottom of it, it actually is me, because that phone doesn't leave my side. But yeah, if there are any questions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to us at that info@runsby.com. That really is the best way. Facebook Messenger, sometimes I'm just not that quick on that. It's I love the platform, but no one should have that much access to somebody. So emails really are the best way. So remember, tomorrow night is the first packet pickup. That is from 5 to 8 p.m. And then Friday night is 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Both are at Wycomico Youth and Civic Center. Someone else can pick it up for you if you can't make it there. And again, welcome to Salisbury, welcome to Wycomico County, and we can't wait to host you guys. So we'll see everybody out there on Saturday. So, all right, yeah, hoping for blue skies. Me too. Blue skies. That would be great. So, all right, guys, we're gonna sign off. That was about 30 minutes. So hopefully that answers some questions. So we're gonna share it on Facebook and send it out. So and YouTube. So thank you very much. Talk to you guys later.